First, the top news headlines. 14 FIRs registered in connection with murder cases of non-Manipuris in last 5 years. Investigation on, says Chief Minister N. Biren. Chief Minister N. Biren unveils 3 trophies of iconic Durand Cup at City Convention Centre. Education Minister T.H. Basantakumar launches Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishya for Bishnupur district. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the MAMI TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. Chief Minister N. Biren has said that 14 FIRs have been registered in connection with murder cases of non-Manipuris in the state in the last 5 years. An investigation is going on. The Chief Minister was responding to stare question number 18 raised by Congress MLA Surya Kumar Okram during the question hour in the first half on the 3rd day of the current State Assembly session today. Replying to the MLA's query on the total number of non-Manipuris murdered in the last 5 years in the state and the steps taken to stop such incidents, the Chief Minister said the district police in the state have been put on alert to curb such incidents of attacks on non-Manipuris. Regular frisking and checking operations to identify suspected person and regular checking of places where non-Manipuris reside are being conducted, he said. Besides, 14 FIRs have been registered in connection with such cases. He further said BID system is being implemented and concerned BID personnel are monitoring round the clock in vulnerable areas of non-Manipuris residing in the districts. Dedicated personnel are being deployed at localities where there is sizable non-Manipuris population, and surprise search and verification drives are done in random places from time to time based on specific inputs and suspicion, he said. The Chief Minister also added that non-Manipuris have been given awareness on District Control Room numbers and Emergency Response Support System ERSS number 112. Chief Minister N. Biren today unveiled 3 trophies for the 131st edition of the Durand Cup 2022, one of the oldest football tournaments of Asia to be co-hosted by Manipur this year. Chief of Staff of Eastern Command and Chairman of Durand Cup Organizing Lieutenant General K.K. Repsol and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Govindas Kontaujam attended the unveiling program held today at the City Convention Centre in Imphal, organized by Indian Army. The 3 trophies unveiled today are Rolling Trophy and the original prize of Durand Cup, the President's Cup donated by the first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, and the Shimla Trophy, donated by the people of Shimla in 1903. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister N. Biren said, people of Manipur will enjoy the 131st edition of Durand Trophy to be co-hosted by Imphal, Guwahati and Kolkata. He sought people participation in making the oldest football tournament a success. Despite having doubt whether the state can host the tournament due to lack of proper infrastructure, the state got the permission of organizing 10 league games of the tournament at the Kumanlampak main stadium. He thanked the Minister of YAS and the department for their efforts in organizing the games. He promised to work on improving the infrastructure of football so that the state can host the tournament in the future. Manipur has the highest number of players in the Indian Super League and has the highest per capita officers in armed forces in the country. Chief Minister Biren also expressed pride that the state is able to host the Durand Cup and assured that the government will continue to encourage more football enthusiasts in the state.
I wish the 131st edition of Durand Cup 2022 all the very success, best, and I assure all support in making the tournament bigger and better than the previous years. I also would like to appeal my sports-loving people of the state to come and enjoy the match and encourage the players, encourage the organizers who are taking travels from Delhi to coming down from Delhi to Imphal and organizing such a great tournament here in the state to give privilege, to give advantage, to expose our Manipuris, sports person as well as the Manipur state. My best wishes to the participating team, which will be enthralling us with outstanding football. Thanks, Jai Hind.
Speaking on the occasion, Chief of Staff, Eastern Command and Chairman of Duran Organizing Committee, Lieutenant General K.K. Repswal, said, last year, the committee had discussed promotion of Duran Cup in Manipur, which is known as the powerhouse of sports in India. The passion of football by the people of the state and having their country's well-known players paved the way for the tournament to reach the state, he said. Expressing happiness at Manipur hosting the cup, Lieutenant General Repsol said it has been a dream of the organizing committee to let one of the northeast states host the tournament. The dream will come true on August 18 at Kumallampag Main Stadium, Imphal, he added.
Organizing committee of conducting the 131st edition of Duran wish to thank the Honorable Chief Minister for having spared time to be here with us on this very historic occasion. Historic because this is for the first time that not only the matches will be held here, the trophies have been brought to Manipur. We decided during last year that we need to promote Duran. As you are all aware, this is the oldest.
Education Minister T.H. Basanta Kumar today launched the Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishya as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav celebrating 75 years of India's independence at Kwasipai Mamang Community Hall for Bishnupur district today. The Ministry of Power and the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy jointly organized the program. MLA of Wainam Assembly Constituency I. Nalini, DC Bishnupur District L. Bikram and member of Nachau Jila Parishad T.H. Dilip were among those who attended the program. Speaking on the occasion, Minister Basanta Kumar said electricity has become a necessity for day-to-day life, stating that electricity, road connectivity and water supply are the foundation of a developed society. He appealed to the people to not waste electricity unnecessarily and called upon the people to work towards electrifying the whole state during the night time like in other developed states and countries, adding that the objective of the state government is to electrify every household in the state. He urged the people to use electricity judiciously.
Then other sectors in the education, rural development, urban development, busy se, money se, everything that I see money bulk extraordinary. Occasion that Mahalawa, the daylight power, but nation lost not only every extra, nation lost energy saving habits
A short film on universal household electrification, village electrification, distribution system strengthening and HPC's capacity addition, Power Grid, One Nation, One Grid, Solar Energy Corporation of India's Renewable Energy and Consumer Rights was screened as part of the program. Tangnophal District Administration in collaboration with the Ministry of Power, Government of India and State Government's Power Department also jointly organized Bijli Mahotsav on Tuesday at Wabaching of the district as part of the celebration of 75th years of India's independence. Speaking on the occasion of DC of Tangnophal District, Manuam Ching said in the past there was less dependency on electricity. However, it has become a necessity for day-to-day life. The advancement of electricity came to India after the independence. As such, he appealed to the people to celebrate India's independence joyfully.
Ahoy pau angang oiba kanda latan haraga lari parambani music every household kungang ngamraga ayamna latan season na basi kaya lekrabani power sector development se yamna chawi it has become a part of our life may later delay bangamtre music minute ama minute mga may later di hoise complain pore
As part of the event, a short film on universal household electrification, village electrification distribution system, capacity addition, one nation, one grid and consumer rights were screened to show the strength of power sector of the country. The result for Higher Secondary Improvement Examination 2022 conducted by Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur (COSEM) was declared today. The result of the improvement examination was declared at the COSEM office at Babupara. Out of a total of 1,897 students who appeared for examinations, 1,843 students cleared examination, setting the pass percentage at 97.15%. Chairman of COSEM, Dr. Chingangbam Sarat, Secretary C.H. Biren, Controller of Examination A. Sukumar, and members of the examination committee were among those present on the occasion. DM College of Teacher Education, DMCTE Imphal, in collaboration with Directorate of University and Higher Education today, organized a district-level patriotic song competition for colleges in Imphal West at Hall No. 1 of the college. Principal of DMCTE, Dr. R.K. Lokendra, Coordinator of IQAC Cell, DMCTE, Dr. Konika Kuraijam, and Member of Organizing Committee, District-Level Patriotic Song Competition, Dr. C.H. Tomba, attended the program as the Presidium members. The song competition was organized on the occasion of India's 75th year of independence and in connection with the upcoming Patriots Day and Independence Day. Guest faculty for Department of Dance and Music, Manipur University, Dr. B. Vidyapati Sharma. Guest faculty for Department of Dance and Music, Manipur University of Culture, Dr. R.K. Satyaditya, and well-known singer K. Dinesh judged the patriotic song competition based on national integration, patriotism and nationalism. The DM College of Teacher Education, the MCTE Imphal, won the first prize. Government Hindi Teachers Training College won second prize. Oriental College won the third prize of the competition. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has issued an order of deputation of Director of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, RIAMEI, Dr. A. Shanta, to his parent cadre at Northeastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, RIAMEI, Shillong, with effect from October 12 this year. An order issued by Joint Secretary of Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Bandhana Jain, said following the approval of Appointment Committee of Cabinet held on July 12, Dr. A. Shanta has been repatriated prematurely from post of Director of RIAMEI, Imphal, where he was posted on deputation to his parent cadre at RIAMEI, Shillong, with effect from October 12. 3 months notice has been given to him starting from the approval of ACC, which is July 12. In continuation with the series of protests carried out by people of Kabul against the government's decision to set up Ethnic Heritage Park at another location after Chief Minister N. Biren having assured of setting up the park at Kabul Lamjau, Demand Committee on the Construction of Ethnic Heritage Park Kabul Lamjau organized a protest march last night. The march flagged off from Kabul Lamjau, headed towards Chiangmai, passed through Chandapur and returned and culminated at Kabul Lamjau. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines, Waning Taujam Ong Birenubala said people of Kabul were elated, thinking that their efforts to save Sangai has finally paid off as Chief Minister Biren made assurances to set up Ethnic Heritage Park at Kabul Lamjau on several occasions. Terming the government's decision to shift the location of the park as extremely unfortunate, she warned of intensifying their hesitations if the government does not revoke its decision within 3 days.
Heritage Park se Kabul Lamjau ga sabiyu Kabul Lamjau gi praja singsi awaba kudung thiba kudung chadaba punsi mahing je khitang ju warju Heritage Park se saraga aikoi gi punsi mahing da khitang chemilon phaga kadra haina aikoi praja singna Heritage Park chagne na siem lauk ki buda aikoi na harau na ngai guna leijabani adubu siem na madu gi tayona na praja singi ihun khangbi dana atopa mafam da pukhibadagi aikoi praja singse tumba chaba leibum khangdana Tungi Charon Surunda Kari, Ohogaki Haibu Wakalonda, Yamna Aitabaga Luina, I couldn't conjunct Yangasiba, Sanjin Zarapani, Tasim Mapanda, Tabina Bagamata, I could really see Sasabani, Adumasiba, Tabi Daba, Yangira Tabatardi, Akanba Konjankaya, Makata, and Sanjila Kini Haibisa in the Mediagi from the Tamzeri.
The 48-hour ban called by RIAMEI Naga Youth Organization RNYO Manipur and National Highway Surveillance Committee NHSC along All Kasar Road, Tongjai Maril against the prolonged negligence of road by the government has affected normal life. The ban came into effect from 6 p.m. of July 25. Vehicular movement have been affected by the ban. Meanwhile, a talk between protesters and government officials was held at SDO office complex at Kopo. However, no amicable solution was brought during the meeting. The Works Minister will hold talks with the representatives of RNYO and NHSC in Imphal today, reports said. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Ruda Academy, affiliated to CBSE Delhi, Thobal Wangmataba, Thobal, Manipur. Admission open for Class 11 Arts and Sciences Stream 2022-23. CBSE Amadi Atopa Board Singda Tamlapa Sadra Singidamak, Makal Makha Kayagi Khudong Chaba Pizari. School facilities are separate boarding facilities for both boys and girls, vehicle services, NCC classes 6 to 12, art and music classes 2 to 12, special coaching classes for competitive examination. Admission ke aroiba matam 30 July 2022. Form school counter. Online registration gidamak website www.rudaacademy.com da changbiyo.
Apex Public School, Santnagar, Delhi 110084. CBSE affiliated. Admission open for 2022-23 session for classes 5 to 9 and 11 for all streams, science, commerce and humanities. Hostel facilities available for both girls and boys of classes 5 to 9 and 11 at affordable price. Features are highly qualified teaching staff, wide variety of sports activities, audio-visual smart classes, world-class infrastructure. For local information, please contact 9899 699 355.
Rajya Sabha proceedings were adjourned thrice today during the pre-lunch period amid opposition uproar over suspension of MPs and other issues, even as AAP member Sanjay Singh was suspended for the remainder of the week. The upper house was first adjourned soon after it met at 11 a.m. and then twice during the question hour, first for 15 minutes and then till 2 p.m. As soon as the house met after the first adjournment at 12 noon, Deputy Chairman Hari Vance invoked Rule 256 and named AAP member Sanjay Singh. Thereafter, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs B. Muralidharan moved a motion to suspend Singh from the house for the remainder of the week. Amid continued sloganeering by the opposition members, the Deputy Chairman adjourned the House briefly for 15 minutes. When the House met again, suspended member Sanjay Singh was in the well, raising slogans along with another AAP members. Congress and other opposition members also trooped into the well against the suspension of the MPs, even as Hari Vance appealed to the suspended member to move out. He then adjourned the House till 2 p.m. amid continued uproar by opposition members. 20 MPs have been suspended from the upper house for unruly behavior. The Supreme Court today upheld the Enforcement Directorate's power to inquire, arrest and attach property under the Prevention of Money Laundering PMLA Act. A bench led by Justice A.M. Khanwilkar delivered the verdict on a batch of petitions challenging the process of arrest, seizure and investigation carried out by the ED and seeking interpretation of provisions of the PMLA. In its verdict, the bench noted that prop agencies like the ED, Serious Fraud Investigation Office, SFIO, and Directorate of Revenue Intelligence, DRI, are not police and therefore statements recorded by them during inquiry are valid evidence. It also specified that it is not mandatory for ED officers to disclose the ground of arrest at the time of detaining an accused in a money laundering case. The court also stated that it is not necessary to give ECIR copy of complaint to the accused. Noting that money laundering is a standalone offence under the PMLA, the bench said nature or class of predicate offence has no bearing on schedule. ECIR is not equal to FIR. FIR not being recorded in predicate offence does not come in the way of ED inquiry. A larger 7-judge bench will hear the issue of whether amendments could have passed as money bill. While there seems to be a visible delay in the final settlement or solution to the Naga issue, the NSCNIM stated that the delay was due to the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh (RSS) and its manifesto of Hindutva opposing the twin demands of a separate Naga flag and constitution. The NSCNIM state that these two demands were resolved in the Framework Agreement (FA) signed with the centre in 2015 in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They added some people have misconstrued the peace talk are getting delayed because of the flag and constitution issues. Scientists advising the World Health Organization (WHO) on monkeypox say the window is closing to stop its spread, with cases currently doubling every 2 weeks, raising concerns that it will take several months for the outbreak to peak. WHO Europe has forecast just over 27,000 monkeypox cases in 88 countries by August 2, up from 17,800 cases in nearly 70 countries at the latest count. Making predictions beyond that are complex. Scientists around the world told Reuters, but there is likely to be sustained transmission for several months and possibly longer, they said. It's clear the window of opportunity for doing so is closing, added Rimoy, a member of the WHO expert committee on monkeypox that met last week to determine whether the outbreak constituted a global health emergency. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. "14 FIRs registered in connection with murder cases of non-Manipuris in last 5 years. Investigation on," says Chief Minister N. Biren. Chief Minister N. Biren unveils 3 trophies of iconic Durand Cup at City Convention Centre. Education Minister T.H. Basanta Kumar launches Ujjwal Bharat Ujjwal Bhavishya for Bisnupur district. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.
Welcome you all to Lunako Residential School at Chanum, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Ichabu mahitam hanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipur gi oina lemjaningai oiraba mahei tampam ama oiriba khwaidagi chunaraba mafamda semgatlaba CBSE de affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri icha singbu admission tawiduna mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidagi chawbu khudol oibiu icha gi phajabalam chat sajati ahongbadu ubiu Slopland Public School Khongjom.
Admission open. Manipur International University Gari Awang Lekai Airport Road Imphal West undergraduate ki oina makhata pizariba course sing tamnabagi khudung jaba pizari UGC na sakanglaba university asida highly qualified oiraba faculty members singna tongan department ta takpigani amadi advanced computer lab, smart classroom, oriental library ki facility fangbuta natana attractive scholarship unique course ki khudung jaba su pizari Chalibachai asigi August tagi session hauzaragani maram aduna akupa marogi damak makhada pizariba helpline number asida contact tawbiu Manipur International University Gari Awang